welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another edition of Build Kit Review. This time I'm going to show you some differences between the two different tooling on the AMT 1936 Ford Coupe, the 5-window coupe that you can actually get. The first of those kits I'm going to show you guys, it's this one. This one, it's the Dick Tracy edition of the 36 Ford. You can see here on the box that it says nowhere that this is a 36 Ford, but believe me, it is. It is a 36 Ford 5-window coupe. And the other kit I'm going to show you guys, it's this here, a little newer edition 1936 Ford Coupe from AMT Classics. This is a little bit newer than the Dick Tracy kit. Let's see if I can find some place here with the date. It's from 2002, and the Dick Tracy kit. The Dick Tracy kit is from 1990. 1990. Still made in the USA. I believe the only things made in the USA today are the Americans themselves. Well, let's take a look here on the Dick Tracy kit. This is the Dick Tracy 5-window coupe. This is a very old build. I built it in the early 90s. And the paint was a rattle can, Color Jean brand from Sherwin-Williams. It's a Brazilian spray can paint brand. When I built this car, I didn't want to replicate the Dick Tracy car. I just wanted to build a nice looking 36 Ford 5-window coupe, and I painted on my favorite color ever, that is black. Some time ago I decided to restore this kit because the chrome was bad, and I got a donor kit to take the chrome parts from, and this way I restored the chrome, the bumpers, the door handles, the front bumper and the grille, as well as the V8 emblem here and this little piece here that were losing all the chrome, and the hubcaps also. The mirror and the windshield wiper I also added when I restored the car, and they came from my parts box. The paint is still the original because it survived quite well, and when I first built this kit in the early 90s, I didn't want the hassle of making the rumble seat open, so I converted the Ford to having a trunk instead of a rumble seat. But at the time I forgot to sand off the rubber pads that one would use to actually go into the rumble seat. Well, some details I let go. At the time I wasn't also into you know, sanding off ejector pin markings like this and this, and those mold lines here, reinforcements here. And to make those a little less noticeable, I did a little weathering on the underside of the car recently when I restored it, and I did it without taking the car apart, so it also looks more realistic this way, because the car wasn't taken apart. So this little Ford here just looks like a daily driver, a 36 Ford daily driver. It's not the best model I built, but it still looks good. The engine was not wired, not plumbed, and I just added a little weathering to make it look more realistic without really having to take the car apart. The only things I took apart when restoring this car were the chrome parts, so I could replace them with new ones from a donor kit. And this baby is a very, very old build, 1936 Ford 5-window. If you know this kit, you know the roof is actually a separate part, and there is a line right here where the parts marry, the roof and the body. And when I first built this, well, I'm quite impressed with what I did, because I managed to eliminate the seam quite well, and it resisted the test of time quite well also. Unfortunately, I didn't rescribe the trunk quite that well, but you know, it's an old build. Now I'm going to show you the new build of the newer kit. Here we have the newer kit that I built very recently, about a year and a half ago. This is a fully stock 36 Ford 5-window coupe, built from the 2002 edition of the kit. The color is a factory option. I can't recall the name now, but it is a factory option for the 36 Ford, and I think this color makes the car look great. The mirror is also from my parts box, as is the windshield wiper. The rumble seat do open and closes, and the seam here was also eliminated, making the body to look like a one piece. The engine let's do it. It's a little tight. This engine here, I added spark plug wires but didn't add any foil lines or things like that. This time around I did a better job on sanding the mold lines on the ejector pin markings on the underside, and the build is 100% box stock. Everything, even the wires, I made the wires from melted trees, parts trees, so they are plastic. Everything you see here, exception made by the windshield wiper and mirror, were inside the box. And here is the strange fact I want to show you guys about the AMT 5-window coupe. If you put this one, that is the 2002 edition, side by side with the Dick Tracy edition, you can see the roof of both cars is quite different. On a side-by-side comparison, you can also see that the actual shape of the windows is quite different from one car to another. The roof itself is different. See the size of the rear window and the size of the roof itself. The roof insert is actually bigger here than here, and take a look on the cowl. This one, and now this one. See the difference? So there is something I didn't know and only knew about it when I built this car and compared it to my older build. AMT actually has two completely different toolings for the 5-window coupe. The reason for AMT doing that, I can only speculate, but I think maybe this tooling here they did for Disney, as it is a Dick Tracy kit, and Disney, I believe, had the rights to this tooling, so AMT had to redo the roof tooling a little different. I think it's possible. But well, now you know that actually there are two different toolings for the old AMT kit of the 36 Ford. The one I like the most is this one. I think it's more accurate to the real car. And not because it's a newer build, but because the roof looks better. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice week, and bye bye.